Athletes, rappers, and entertainers. Why do we look up to them? I wanted to ask that question because I was just thinking about some of my past experience with meeting certain famous artists and people that I thought was on a certain level, and then I realized one thing. A lot of times we give them more credit than what is due or what is needed, so to speak. And if you think that we'll praise a person for their talent, and I think that is a great thing because people are very, very talented with playing sports, with rapping and singing, with being entertainers, comedians, and we praise them for that. But when it comes to being a full role model, some of them is not role models. You know what I mean? Like once you get to looking into them, you're like, oh man. You get to realize that old saying that the grass is not greener on the other side. You know. So I think that until a person learns, like Shaq for instance, I really like Shaq because of the role that he played as a man. Like once he learned, he did better. But I think that as a adolescent, a juvenile, or a young man growing into the field, or woman growing into the field, a lot of mistakes you're gonna make because they just throwing you money, throwing you money. Here go the money, here go the money, and so you're gonna tend to make a lot of mistakes just because of the money. You know, you're gonna do things. A lot of them get addicted to a lot of drugs because the money and the all the time you got to wait and you waiting, so you might well get high, you might well do something. Like I understand, like until you be behind that scene and actually see what's really going on. Just like one of the athletes now, the basketball players who actually got this lady pregnant, who actually been around a lot in the entertainment industry, and who pretty much said that athletes were stupid. You know what I mean? That they was easy to get money from because now you got to forever pay her lifestyle, so to speak. So sometimes I think that until we know better, man, it's going to be hard for us to really get over the hump. So I think a lot of times we need to not just lift people up without fully knowing their backstory. It's good to listen to certain music. I like certain hip hop, certain artists that I just like the song. I don't just dig into, oh, I got to live and die by so and so, because you don't really know the full lifestyle and the character of the person. But it's nothing wrong to enjoy their art, their talent. You know what I mean? But just because a person got talent in art doesn't mean that they can lead. Doesn't mean that they are leaders. Doesn't mean that we should look up to them. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we make a lot of decisions on different people that we look up to that's famous, and we would think that this person is at this level, and then you meet them, and then you realize what type of person they are. Like like I know my boundaries, I know my limitations, I know who I am, what I am. Um, but I don't try to pretend. I don't try to be somebody I'm not. I don't try to shadow someone else's glory or fame or light. I feel like we all got our positions and we shine in our own areas. But now that I've been, just been on two different sides of the world, man, right now in America, just witnessing from Phoenix to Atlanta and seeing the opportunity, seeing the money, seeing the grass is greener on the other side, so to speak. It just makes you think that, makes you weigh out all your options and just know that we have to be a little bit more smarter. There's a study that just was revealed that they say that a person is grown when they're 18, but actually the mind don't fully matures until like 25. You know, so a lot of things that we'll make decisions on at these younger ages that we wouldn't do at a certain age. But what that say is, even though you 25, don't mean you just, I'm fully grown now. It just means you are fully aware of everything that you do. So you can't say there's no influence. You are fully aware of everything. Like you are conscious completely. So to me, I think we need to just take the time out to just do our homework before we just lift certain people up. but to also give them, give a person praise when it's due. If a person is good at what they do, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I just see something wrong with lifting people up without fully knowing the backdrop, fully knowing the story, and then, or a person fully not getting educated, and then we say, oh, this person, then you realize that, oh man, they made this decision. They wasn't perfect, but if you put a person in a position without fully educating them, it can't turn out good. It says our people perish for lack of knowledge, family. Lack of knowledge. So the more knowledge we get, the more better we can live, the more we can understand why things happen. We get life more. You know what I mean? And as I face things and experience life, man, all I can do is reflect and just realize now that everything got its course. Truly, there is a time for everything under the sun, so to speak. And I realize that now. I really do. Like, I realize it with my life, with growing, with learning, with being around certain people and realizing the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I get around certain people now, and my main thing is to see what I can learn. I listen, see what I can get out of the conversation, you know, from people that's in a higher position than me, because I think that's how we push ourselves to do better, is to get around people that's doing better than us, get around people that's smarter than us, and those people will push you to be smarter and to be better, in my personal opinion. Even if they don't verbatim just talk to you or just direct the conversation to you, you gain something from the conversation. You gain something from sitting around them, talking to them, communicating with them, or holding a dialogue with them. So, I just believe that we shouldn't lift certain people up without just fully doing research. I mean, I can't say that I have been disappointed several times with a few different artists that I just respected to be realer than what they really was. They really wasn't real. It was a one track mind. It was all about money on one aspect. And I can understand it being all about money. So a person want to get some money, but certain people are literally, that's what they're all about. Like, they are consumed with how to get over on the next person. And you'll never know this until you actually start getting out here and realizing that it's sharks out here. Certain people got good heart, but they're affected by being burnt by other people, so they tend to not know how to respond when a real person come around, so it's just, man, I think we should be very safe in this climate and this day and age that we are in right now with what's going on. We should most definitely be conscious of who we look up to, how they use social influences to move the people to do things in masses, so just be safe, man. And I just wonder sometimes, why they do it. And they do it to control the people. Like, they'll get a couple people in a certain position and they'll use them like puppets to actually dictate to other people. And it's science, it works. And once we grow up, we really can see it better, So I just wanted to talk for a second about that. Just something that was on my mind tonight. Hope everybody's doing good. Continue to get your hog on. Black Feniks.